Tracey from salontraining.com. We're excited that you are here today for the human hair topper class. You've heard me talk about it a lot lately in the last couple of months on our social media, and it's because in 30 years, guys, I am not joking, in 30 years of doing hair, I have never seen something so amazing come into our salon, and I have tried all kinds of things and have done things and tested things. This by far has been the best thing I've ever brought into my salon for a couple of reasons. When clients are in the chair and they are feeling not confident about leaving their house because of their hair, and trust me, I went through that at one point, so I understand those feelings. We have the power to give them confidence back and feel beautiful again. So I think that's the first thing. And second, there is a lot of money to be generated in this. So it's a win-win for everybody. The client wins, the stylist wins, and everybody wins, which is great. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and give it over to our amazing trainer. And I just thought about something. I got to tell you something first about Tina real quick. So I had met Tina in Chicago. She was at the Chicago Hair Show, and there was so many people around her booth. And I was like, what are they giving away over there? It was insane. And I've been looking for toppers for quite a few years, and I kept thinking, like, I don't know, they looked fake or they looked shiny or they were too expensive. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And she sent me some samples, and I picked some up that day. And then she ended up doing a Zoom call with me and showing. And at first, I honestly say, Tina, remember, I'm like, I don't know if I like these either. And she's like, did you do this, this, and this? And I'm like, not really. And so she did it with me, and she showed me how to do it. And I immediately fell in love, and I said, I'm 100% in. So I take it away, Tina. She's from Florida. She's fabulous. So tell us about you.
Hello, everyone. I am Tina McIntosh. Thank you, Tracy, for that. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to see so many little dots, squares on my screen here. It looks like we're going to have great participation. Um, I am a hairstylist first. I've lost my hair 3 times in my life for different reasons. When I was 18, I lost my hair in front from stress. Um, at 42, I had breast cancer and lost all my hair. And about a year and a half ago, I woke up one morning and my part was an inch and a half wide. And I think maybe I had undiagnosed and asymptomatic COVID. So I got to play with COVID hair for about a year. And I want to show you what got me through that. Um, Never had great hair to start with, but you can't stand behind the chair. I wasn't comfortable in a wig. I feel like that's not authentic for somebody who does hair replacement. So these are my toppers. This is one of the products that we sell, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. This is a 6-piece pack that I have in, and I would just want to show you my hair with and my hair without. So I have 3 on each side. So this is my hair, and this is my hair. So these clips are super gentle. They're silicone lined. And unlike a comb clip, they don't require, listen, you don't require any digging into the hair or, with a comb clip, you have to kind of work the hair in. You literally just snap it in. They're very weightless. They don't bother my scalp. And again, I lived in these for the better part of 6 months when my hair grew back in after this like COVID situation. So this is just one of the offerings that we have in this line of, I call them baby toppers. You'll hear me say that all day long. They have other names, but I just call them baby toppers. We like to call them a gateway to hair replacement. And what I really want to share with you guys today, and please feel free to answer me in the chat, and Tracy's going to communicate with me. How many times have you been behind the chair and they have a good head of hair, but they're not happy with their hair? If you'll look at my model Terry here, she's someone that we're dealing with right now. She's not loving this. And she's now taking, Terry, is it okay if I share?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we had a consultation earlier. Terry won one of our one of our Instagram contests for a free topper last month. And she has been taking minoxidil orally because she's had such hair loss. And I guess she has a great dermatologist because a lot of them won't do that I've seen. But she's got some hair growth here now. But she said she's got about 30% hair growth right now in the last like month or so. So imagine how much less hair she had. Um, and how many times have you been behind the chair and you're dealing with somebody? It might even be like a family member, your sister, your mom, your aunt, and they want help, but all you know is wigs and like hair extensions. And that's not really an option for top of head. Anybody experience that? Yeah. So when we talk about these small toppers, this is this is what we're talking about. Very, very small. This one has been washed. And when you look at a classic hair extension, piece of hair extension, you know the wefting is on top and it's very flat, right? You can't really apply that to the top of head anywhere because it's not going to make a difference. But the way these work, when I activate this with water, so this is how it comes. This is a lob, right, Tracy? This is the lob size.
Yes.
So it comes in this way. It comes all smooth and brushed out. I've washed this, but what I want to show you is what happens when we activate it. So when I just add water to the base and I start to brush it out, it comes to life. So this is what Tracy was talking about when she was like, I don't really know. The toppers are very flat and they don't really do anything. I can take this topper and change the part line. See how I just changed it to a center part? And I can reconfigure this. So now it's going to sit on the top of the head and create front to back coverage. So if this was the top of the head, we're going to get, so let me show you what I'm talking about. This is our first model. You guys see her there? So this is Kayla. Kayla doesn't have hair loss. She just wanted a little bit of a color change. So you can see what we've got going on here. You put her back on the stand. Okay. And this was just for fun. So the toppers are great for people who've had hair loss, but we can do it for fun as well. So we did a little bit of a color shift on her. Let me get this off. There we go. So that's her normal color. And then you see how I've configured the topper in this way. Pop it on, comb it into place, and she's got her weekend hair, her other hair, she's off a little bit. Hold on. Push her back some. There we go. So yeah, a color change without any damage, and the benefit is she also has a little more hair to play with. Okay. So let's see what that looks like in real life. Let's move back to Terry. Does anybody have any questions or comments at this point?
No. Maggie earlier had said that she started extensions and she's interested in doing toppers as well. Maggie, I love these. So, and you and I are in a really close area. I think you're in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. So people in our area are loving these too, everywhere actually.
So if everybody, I mean, if you have the ability, I'd love to know who is doing extensions right now. Just, show of hands in the chat, just curious, and I'll tell you why. If you can match an extension, if you can cut in an extension, if you can style an extension, this is the same animal in a lot of ways. Okay. So do we have some people yaying or naying?
Yeah, Andrea said she has. Someone's doing the halo and looking for more options.
This would be a great
Yes.
compliment to Halo. A great compliment. Yeah.
That's
Okay, good. And the next thing I want you to do is on your own, you don't have to put this in the chat, but on your own, I would like you to think of your guests currently in the chair. And I don't know if we can do a giveaway, but we'll figure it out later. If list the people in your clientele right now that you think might be a good candidate. It could be a family member, but literally ink down some names because, you know, I can't tell you how many millions of classes I've gone to and I learned something amazing and I don't implement it right away and it's gone forever. So if you don't do like, I'm sure you'll agree, if you don't practice something within about 72 hours of learning it, it's you only retain part of it and then you have that fear. So by starting, it's called if you can think it, ink it, write down as many names as you have in your clientele, family, friend group that might be a good fit for this. And we're going to revisit that later. Okay. So Terry, um, to be honest, was a little skeptical about this, but she was voluntold by one of her friends that she should come. And we talked yesterday, day before yesterday. And can everybody see my angle here? Everybody good here?
Yep.
So I'm just going to drop this down. Oh, did I? Yep. Okay, there's your clips. Now, she stopped using her hair growth shampoo and she was like, well, my hair's coming back, so I don't really know if I need this topper, but let's just take a look at what we've got here.
That's awesome.
Remember that big spot in the back? It's gone. And forgive the noise for a second, but
The nice
now,
thing about those blow dryers is they're not very loud.
yeah, now when the wind blows, we don't get a little scalp situation. We get nice coverage, right? So I think she's in pretty good shape. I'm just going to check her cut and make sure she doesn't need any tweaking done. The cutting, what I did with hers, so I just put it, oh, here. So with her unit that I used, I placed it on my stand. This is called a canvas block, for those of you who don't know. Tacked it down, and then I just worked angularly and cut layers into her hair. I left the perimeter very long so that it was sort of prepped. If you take this thing out of the bag in front of the plant, they're going to freak out. That's kind of the deal with anything extra hair. But I cut her hair radially. You can see she's very layered here. I left the perimeter long. And then when she arrived, I just checked it to make sure that it had a nice blend. And she went from, I don't know, to, okay, yeah, I like it. Let's just check your bangs and make sure that they don't need anything. Now, if you're doing a lot of cutting, I always tell the guest, can you take this arm, please? Take your hand out of here and just put it right there with just a little pressure. Perfect. Now I can move around the head and I'm not going to pull as I'm cutting. Actually, oh wait, I see there's just a little tiny piece here that needs to be trimmed in.
Tina, should I tell them about my little thing with my sister?
Yes.
So, guys, I was learning this, and I'm still learning every day about stuff. But I put the topper on my sister's hair that never wears bangs, never likes bangs, and I was like, "Oh, you look cute with bangs with just the topper." And then you could see what it would look like. Well, we ended up putting it on, and I cut it at the fair, and it was kind of a little bit darker where we were at. The hair matched so much that I actually grabbed some of her actual hair and cut it by accident. And she wore it home, and then she sent me a picture and said, "You cut real bangs in some of my hair." So I did. So I would suggest what Tina said, put it on the topper or put it on a head first, cut in the majority of it, and then get the little pieces. And that's what I do now, and it's much better.
Yeah, I was shooting a catalog for a company years ago, and we were just introducing these products, and I had a real model, not a hair model, like a paid model from an agency, and it was her very first gig. And I did the same thing. I cut a chunk of her bangs out because I couldn't, once you get the blend right, we're not used to working in the front of the face. So I would caution you, a lot of times now I will braid the hair back if I'm working with Kayla, who doesn't need hair. She wants a style change. So if Kayla had like all one length hair and she wanted to have a bang piece just for fun, I would actually braid her hair down on one side, attach the bang on that, and then do my cut in so that I don't do that because it has happened. Thanks, Tracy. Okay. So, any questions? I mean, that was a lot of information. We're going to get into this a little bit more, but what can I help you with in regards to this small topper? Uh-oh. Tracy, I lost you.
That's because I'm talking on mute. Sorry. What is the longest length for these? So we have, you can go ahead and say a couple of those, right? You have,
So, where did I put my blonde lady? Just okay. So, Tracy, it's 5 to 7 inches for the short one. Is that right?
yes, it's for the short one, it's 4 to 6, I believe. And then I can get into my notes and put it in the comments. And then,
6 to 8, and then this is the longest one, and this is up to 10 inches. So it's think they're called crop, bob, lob. So think crop is short. So like a crop would have worked great for her. It would have come very short. So your pixies, your shortcuts. I've even done this on men. I had a guy who needed to take photos. We do offer, I don't have one in front of me. We do offer these in gray, also natural gray, a light gray and a dark gray. So I had a guy who needed his photos done and he was just a little thin in front. He definitely was not ready for a topper, but he wanted to look more youthful for his photos. So I took a gray crop and cut it down to enhance his hairline and it looked amazing. So um, crop is the short, bob is the medium. This is the lob and it's, you see the length of my hand. It's about 10, I believe it's 10 inches. And then if you really want longer, you can custom order longer. They are significantly more expensive because, of course, you're paying for the longer hair, but this is an option. And I do this a lot with my extension clients. I split it down the middle just like this, but now it's going to blend into their extensions. And at this length, when you separate the hair in half, like I've done on this one, if everybody following me on that, you don't have any line. You can literally wear this on top of 24-inch hair and you can't find where it ends. So,
okay, so there is
yes,
two questions about the color and is it human hair?
yes, it is definitely 100% human hair and it absolutely can be colored. Now, if you are doing extensions, you probably already know, and if you aren't, that's okay. We'll talk now. Human hair that has been processed likes to be darkened. It does not enjoy being lightened. So always select lighter and darken. On Terry's hair, her color was pretty much a match when she came in. I'm going to have you just lean way down for me so they can see the top. I rooted her a tiny bit and I put some low lights in. So this is a permanent hair color level 5 with 10 volume on her root area and very small low lights just to create that change of, I wanted to have the color dance a little bit. I didn't want it to look flat. So running past her on fire, it was a match to start with, but I wanted it to be interesting. So I put those low lights in it. Any questions?
So Nancy question, how many colors are there? Nancy, I'll be sending everybody an email after this class and it will show you an order form that you can see what comes in what. And in about a week or two, we will have it on our website too, that you can actually go through and order all of it. But right now we'll just send you the quick order form and it will tell you what colors they have that's in stock for all of those. But like Tina said, they can all be custom colored, and they should be, I think. Tina, don't you agree?
100%.
You know, at the very beginning when I was doing, I'm like, well, this doesn't match and this doesn't match. And we were playing around with the color. We're like, wow. And it's actually great because you can customize the colors to all of these, which is fabulous. And you should.
Yeah, and it's funny. I've been doing this for more than a minute, like quite a long time actually. And I came in on my day off this week because I knew I needed to color her topper, and I gave myself 2 hours. It literally takes 10 minutes because it's this big. It's not even a top section of highlight. Um, I always recommend, oh, this is another hot tip for you guys. Put your little hot tips together. The hair is human hair. It has been processed, which means it's been sanitized, lightened, and then dip dyed in an industrial strength dye. So it does not move. She's not going to fade. If she was a golfer, I would have her wear a hat for her own hair, but her topper's not moving. It's like trying to bleach out a couch. Okay. Um, that said, it does come with a protective coating on it. So if you're going to color the hair, you need to wash it first with a good cleansing or chelating shampoo, condition it with a regular conditioner, nothing super high protein. Moisturizing is okay, but just a base surface acting rinse, comb it out really well, and proceed. I prefer in damp hair. If you're doing highlighting where it has to be dry, you still need to wash it first to get the coating off so that the color adheres evenly, just as if you had somebody who wore a lot of hairspray and you were going to highlight them. Okay. So,
Okay, quick question too is about the color, demi or permanent. So we recommend demi mostly, right? But permanent we have used. What's your thoughts on that real quick?
so I love demi if their hair is long and mature, if it's been on the head for a long time down here. When I'm working with these shorter lengths, especially if I'm toning, I like a demi color. And this is a great question, by the way. Thank you. If I'm depositing color that I want to sit there and not go anywhere, I do like to work with my permanent hair color at 10 volume. Um, I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. I work with an Italian line that used to only have one tube of color, and the developer determined whether it was semi or demi, excuse me, permanent or demi. So in essence, it is a demi when I'm working with the 10 volume. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to make that
Yeah.
confusing. You could use a Shades product or a PM Shines product, or, whatever your brand is on this and get a great result. I prefer that when I'm working with lighter colors so that I get a sheer tone. She is great coverage. She's dark. Her hair is not particularly luminescent. It's more of an opaque coverage. So I matched that with my opaque coverage color. And that is a great question. I hope that wasn't too crazy of an answer. Good. Okay. Anything else on this guy before we cut bait?
And at the very end, we'll go over like the colors, and we'll go over swatch rings and what you can order and stuff like that too.
Absolutely. Okay. So you're good. I think we're done here. Terry's got a hot date, so she's leaving. She's got a lunch date. I told her husband he had to take her out to lunch.
Nice.
Thank you. Yes, please. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We'll be in touch.
I love the hair.
Oh, thank you. How sweet.
Great job.
Thank you. So just push
Yep.
stuff out of the way as you go. So guys, I just met her 3 days ago.
Oh,
It just warms my heart still, and I'm not trying to be emotional, but like a hug, a thank you, and I love my hair. She didn't know me from anybody 3 days ago. That's why I do this. It's just insane. So who's up for a little more insanity?
nice.
Everybody ready? All right. Shirley, bring it on over here. So this is Shirley. She was also one of our contest winners. And funny thing about when you have a contest, you don't really know what you're going to get. So Shirley came in and she has had cancer. Thank God she's well now. She takes the trifecta or half of it anyway. She's on, forgive me, high blood pressure
Thyroid.
and thyroid medication. So with the thyroid out of whack, we know what happens with the hair. Medication is not great for the hair either. And so that between everything, this is where she's been. And you've been here for how long?
You mean in Florida? Oh, that. Oh, I'm gonna say my hair started falling out probably about 2 years,
Mm.
little by little. I noticed it was falling out, and I wore wigs. Can't stand wigs. So here I am.
So you see what I just did here? I sat down. When you are speaking with, I mean, we learned this in hair school, some of us and some later, but when you're doing a consultation, you want to be eye level with them. You don't want to be standing over them. She, I'm sure, was scared to death. This one's really outgoing, but someone's coming in to talk with you, especially if you've not met them before, they were referred to you or whatever, they're scared. They're going to have to be very vulnerable. You want to set your space up if you have the opportunity to be more private. The way my salon is designed, it's a very small salon. And Tracey made a comment about my shelves. They're actually from IKEA. And I have can you see here? I can't. So there's like a black fabric on the back end of that. You walk around in there, there's a shampoo bowl and a chair, a hair cutting chair. And all of my supplies are in there and a bunch of my hair is hanging on the walls. The reason I do that is Shirley was a gift from God when we were doing our consultation. I said, do you want to be daily wear, which is what the baby toppers are with the little clips, or do you want to live in your hair? Do you want it to be permanent attachment? And she said, I think I just want to, I want my hair. I don't want to take it off. I don't want to, they don't want to see themselves without it. So I'm not going to take my camera in there, but in that space, there's no mirror. When we are working with these guests and we put hair on them and we get them to fall in love with themselves again, when we remove it, they don't want to see. I've had women avert their eyes. One lady says she has to take a Xanax when she comes in every single time, bless her. And that's without a mirror. So consultations should be not in the front room. I would even say if it's the front room or the back room, do it in the back room or in a corner chair, somewhere where you have a little isolation. I never know what I have had opportunities where the client wasn't booked correctly. It was just like a consultation. And I sit down and I'm thinking it's a color consult and they just whip their hair off in the middle of the salon. And I'm like, no, we don't mean to do that. So it's really important that you set the tone and the space so that the guest is comfortable and can really talk with you. So yeah, so she went, and the thing that when I said she was a gift from God, the thing that warms my heart the most, she said to me, I said, well, now you just won this contest, so you're going to get the hair complimentary. And she asked about the work, and I said, no, that's all covered. And I said, but if you do permanent attachment, that means you're in the salon every 3 weeks to 4 weeks to be reattached. And she said to me, I want to come back. I miss being at the salon. I want to be part of that community. So that was just really exciting and super fun for me. I'm going to just take one moment. I'm going to transition to the service part, but does anybody have any questions about consults? Because please, if you have them, I've probably messed it up and learned from it. So I'd be happy to answer your questions.
We don't have any questions about that just yet, but we do have questions about charging and all that kind of stuff. And I said, we'll wait till the very, very end so that we can include everything and then show them like different things.
Sure. And that's obviously going to be based on your community. So what I'm going to, let's see how much time we have this month. Okay. So
Probably about 15 minutes or so.
yep. So this is the topper situation. This is, um, we're going to do channeling. So if nobody knows what channeling is, it's when you cut the natural hair away. We are doing permanent attachment on this one. This one is very advanced, folks. It's not like a beginner situation. If you're interested in learning this, Tracey will be having events upcoming, and I do have, I think most everyone's from the central part of freezing land right now. I'm in Florida. And in February, I'm having a 3-day retreat, which Tracey will probably talk about a little bit later, but it involves a sunset drum circle, food tour, bar crawl, and tons of education. We'll be doing soup to nuts on men's and women's toppers, all different types of attachments. So this is like, if you've not done this kind of work before, it's going to probably blow your mind or go way over your head. Trying to just hang out and stay with me. So this is called a perimeter coat, a PU coat. And this is the base. This is a hand tied piece of hair that's been designed specifically for the guest. A mold is created. We channel out the hair. There is a tape that goes on, and then adhesive goes on top of that. And then we lay it down, and it's a medically graded adhesive, and it lasts up to 3 weeks. I'm not going to go through I'm going to do a tiny bit of the entire process and then the finish on her. So if you just hang tight with me for a moment, I'm going to move this poor girl. Okay, move her over. And I'm just going to go through how to apply the tape and how to apply the adhesive very quickly. So this is called red liner tape. It is a protective tape. So it's important that we protect the guest, but it's also important that we protect this unit because they're not inexpensive and we don't want to damage it. When we put the adhesive on, we need to be able to get it off easily. So we're going to just line this perimeter with our transport tape or protective tape. You see how I'm kind of working it in. I think we'll just stop there. I'm going to go all the way around. And then you want to crease down those edges. And this is medically graded adhesive, and it is designed, it's two-way tape, and it protects the unit. You would think if you didn't know what you were doing, and I've had several lay people call me about this, it's two-way tape, it's super sticky, but it will not stick to skin. It's designed just for this. There are other types of tape, lace tapes that will stick to skin, and I do work with those as well, but they fall apart. So I would still put a transport tape on first. Transport tape makes it easy to clean. I'm working with a water-based adhesive today by Walker. It's very, very strong. So the next thing that I would do is I would dot this, store your adhesive sideways so that they come out. Come on. I would dot through here and then I would just very gently, you can use a makeup sponge, you can use a makeup applicator, you can use a stir stick, or you can use your finger. And we're just going to dot that on. And then it's water-based, so it's white until it's clear. When it's clear, the water has dried and the tape is ready, the adhesive is ready to be applied. So we're going to set her aside right now and we're going to get to the good stuff. Okay. Here. So this is Shirley's hair. This is the mold that I made for her. I make it out of saran wrap and packing tape. It's an old school, tried and true method. And what we do is we find where we want her hairline to begin, and we figure out where we want her hair to be installed. So we're going to be here. And then we're going to take a makeup applicator. Make sure you're on straight. It's really important that you line up the piece. If somebody's only thin on one side, you can't do this because gravity will knock it over. Even if they're not needing hair on one side for whatever reason, you still want to balance that topper like a book on top of the head so that it doesn't create unwanted pressure on the opposite side. And then you're just going to mark through. And we're going to give her hair in under 15 minutes right now. Okay. So we're going to remove. Never ever get rid of your mold. You need it for reattachment. And if she ever wants to go custom, we would send this in on our custom order. Now I'm going to do the channeling. And we've already discussed it. She's given me permission to channel her because she wants to join the hair people, right?
Mhm.
I have watched a lot of different people online that do this type of work, and it always kind of cracks me up. You see, I'm just using a basic clipper. You want to get the hair down short, but I see a lot of people that use like the foil shaver that barbers use. The adhesive doesn't necessarily attach to the skin, it attaches to the hair. So we want to get the hair down really short, but not completely gone, because if you've ever had a Band-Aid and it's been put on correctly, it stays for days and days and days. Like if the skin is clean and you apply the Band-Aid and you forget about it. I just had this happen a couple weeks ago after I had an injection. I couldn't get the Band-Aid off after like 5 days. But if you don't put the Band-Aid on correctly, it falls off almost immediately. And that's because there's oils and there's nothing for the Band-Aid to hold on to. So we've prepped her hair with a chelating shampoo so that it's nice and clean. Sometimes I'll even use a facial mask, like a clay mask, to remove any additional oils. And now our perimeter is ready to go. Let's take this a tiny bit more up here. So you want it to be short, but you don't really want it to be down to the skin. And I always get a lot of questions about what about the top hair? If there's top hair, a lot of my guys will actually shave their whole top just because it's cooler in the summer. But that is totally up to you. Okay, so now I'm going to take my adhesive again. Now, I've already prepared the unit with the adhesive, and you see it's completely dry. I did like a little Martha Stewart there this morning, so she's ready to go. It's super tacky. You don't want to touch the tape or the guest's head once you start this process because you don't want to transfer oils. So I'm just going to drop. And because this is a multi-use container, I don't want to touch her skin with the applicator. I'm just being very careful. And you want to work above your line and a very thin layer of adhesive. People think more is better. In this case, it is absolutely not. You will get pockets where it won't dry and then it won't adhere. So very thin layer of product. And I always, just another hot tip, I always try to put the adhesive on the hair unit first because it doesn't have any body heat and it tends to dry slower. Always close your container immediately or it will dry up. And I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up with my dryer on cool. Anybody have any questions so far? Or are we all just kind of drinking it in?
So while you're drying that, the classes that are in Florida and the dates, can you talk about that at the end or right now that we have about 15 minutes and we still have about at least 5 to 8 minutes.
Yep.
We're going to go over all that too.
Yep. So the class is 3 days because of travel. So the first day you arrive and we're doing a little meet and greet and we go, I guess I live in a cool town right now. St. Pete is like the place. So we're in St. Pete, very near the beach. We limit the classes to 6 people because I want to teach the whole class. I could bring in other associates to help, but I like doing a one-on-one kind of feel. So 6 people, your accommodations are on the beach. Unless you're doing a private class, then you stay with me at a suite where I live. And all your transportation is included. The bar crawl, the food tour is included in your fees. The next morning, we transport you to the salon and you do your first day of hands-on. Get to know the product, how they work. You get a kit with tools for you to use at the salon, color rings, tapes, thumb adhesives, little things like that. And then a couple of actual pieces of hair. See how it's going nice and clear now? Just a few little areas here that are still white. And then the second night, St. Pete Beach is known for they have a sunset salutation drum circle, and there's hundreds of people now. And there'll be information on the website with pictures and videos. But we take you to that so you can go have your bohemian moment on the beach and watch the sun go down. And then leave the next morning, day 1, day 2, day 3 is more hands-on education. And then we take you to the airport. So
Awesome.
that's it.
So what we can do is after this is over, it'll be probably by tomorrow morning, if not later tonight, we'll send you the information on that. And then if you guys decide, there'll be also one coming up in Pennsylvania. We're looking at the dates in like April, we believe. But Florida, man, that'd be nice. It's cold right now where we are, so Florida would be great.
I had to wear short long sleeves today because it's going to be 80 this afternoon.
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here with a little heater beside me because I'm really
So sorry to be like that. But
okay, other questions is from Andrea. How long is best for the adhesive to dry in the topper before applying?
this is sufficient, what we just did.
Okay.
I did this earlier because I didn't want to be waiting on this.
Okay.
And I knew we were going to be down to just a few moments.
Okay.
So that is until it's clear.
So it's
I assure you right now, if I drop this, it's going to stick to the floor. So
about how long though? Like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5?
As long as that just took.
Oh, okay.
So I just did her top and I blew it in. And if you look, put your head all the way down, she's clear now. So with help, less than 5 minutes. When I'm in the salon, I will typically put it on and go find something to do because I don't want to go too early.
Okay.
But yeah.
And there's another question. Would you have to shave where she has hair So there's different methods, and you're going to
Yes.
answer this too, but there's all different methods. I know we have another trainer in our network that does the no shave method too.
Yep.
There's different ones. And then this is pretty popular what you're doing as well, right?
Is one of many. So this is I chose to do this on her because number one, she wants her hair and she was really there was so little hair there. We have a no adhesive method where we use microlinks to attach the hair. And that is a lovely unit or opportunity. But because I wasn't sure, I don't know her, I haven't seen her, I was a little concerned that the links might cause more stress than this. This is our first meeting of, I would imagine, many. So we may evolve into something totally different. But for here and now, this is where we are. So I'm going to take the front. The front is scalloped. If you see the front there on this unit, they come all different, but that's the hairline. Look up just a bit. You see where I've marked her. So I'm going to drop this down. Moment of truth here. Right behind my line. And then we want to walk it down. And now I'm just taking out any, oh, it fits great. My God, it fits great. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk it down and make sure everything's nice and flat. Sometimes you'll get little like pleats, almost like wrinkles on clothes. You want to make sure that that's not happening. And she showed me kind of like a little messy pixie. Hold on, a little bump right there. Let me get that. There we go. There's another little trick that I like to do just to make sure that everything's nice and flat. Just take your hands and just tug on that for a moment. Okay. That just pulls everything down, gets it nice and flat. And the adhesive is pretty much immediate, but you don't want to go in and start pulling right after. Okay, go ahead and let go. Oh my gosh, look at the difference.
I love it.
So she has some gray in there, obviously. And we're going to be working, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of salt in this pepper. When I get done cutting, it's going to all kind of make sense and look like she's just starting to gray. So you see how that's going to fall in there. So I'm going to go ahead and.
While she's cutting, do you want me to go over different things with them? Okay.
Sure.
So this is an opinion. That doesn't mean this is what you should do or not do. But I have found for the people that have never worked with toppers, kind of wanting to start to get into it, maybe transitioning from just extensions into toppers and extensions, I have found that starting with the smaller ones that are, and if you can see my camera, people had asked about these little clips.
Yep.
I think these are the most fabulous clips. And at first, I was used to a different one, and I sent one of my custom ones into them, and I said, "Can you make these with my clips?" Stuff like that. And you know what? I just sent them back and asked them to put these clips back in. Did you know that, Tina?
No, I did not. That's hilarious.
I love these clips because I was trying to work on the custom made one on a lady, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like the other ones. I said, please let me send this back, and then I'm going to get you good clips. They are so good. And when we had Tina come into our salon in Evansburg recently, and I think Michelle's on here, she was at the class too. We invited other salons to come, and somebody in the class said, wait, I already used that brand, and I had a person that ended up putting this on, and they were riding a motorcycle without a helmet. And Tina's like, obviously it didn't come off. That's good, but that's not recommended. But that just showed me how strong these clips are, and they're so easy to put in. So this is going to look ridiculous for just a moment, but there's different bangs. There's like a straight bang, there's a fringe, and then a gringe. Obviously this isn't my color, and it's going to look crazy for a second, but I just want to show you how quickly these pop in like that. That's it. And then you can cut them, color them. You can have fringes like this. So there's 3 different ones. They retail for $50 for the client. And then, like Tina showed you, these butterfly ones, these are fun because we can color them. We color these into pink. So like me and my daughter can rock these out like pink and then cut them. So there's all different, they just snap so fast and so easy. And then there's a crop like Tina showed that's smaller. There is a bob and then there's a lob. I have the lob right here too. And like we talked about with the color, it's better if you order a little bit lighter because you can customize the color. I ended up doing my aunt's hair yesterday. And when I first got these, she had ordered them and then we kind of waited on a little bit. She just was in last night, finally got her color done. And she's like, oh, like she's so excited. All we did was put a couple little low lights in this particular color and we low lighted her. So it was really great. Can you see the clips again? Yes. Now I know this is a little bit harder on Zoom sometimes because of how it does, but you open them up, snap, open them up, snap. Okay, and what is the name of the brand? So again, when I was in Chicago, I met Tina and she works with a company that she's been working with for a long, long time. And why am I just blanking on it? And I love you guys.
New concepts.
New concepts.
Anya.
Yeah. Yes. And she was with Anya. She's amazing. And whenever I said, okay, I'm going to jump all in, becoming a wholesaler for them. And it's because I just created like the name ST Toppers, but it's still their brand, but we can get customized ones all the time, which is beautiful. And the one lady in the class, the one stylist, she goes, wait a second, I use this. How is Tracey getting this at a better cost than what I can just order them? I'm a salon owner. Why can't I get it at the cost that Tracey's doing it? And she said, because Tracey worked a really good deal with us because of the network of salon training. So I said, all right, we're just going to start carrying them. Now it's a little, there's little hiccups at first on my end because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that this color didn't come in this one. Oh, wait, this order form wasn't ready. So, Michelle, if you're on there, I'm probably speaking to maybe you. So I don't know if she's still
apologizing across the board.
Yes. Just because I was learning what colors are in here too, which was really, really interesting at first, but now I have it much better. Our website was like we're about 2 weeks behind, 3 weeks behind on getting these up here because we're doing an entire new website for salon training. It runs faster, smoother. You'll see a lot more product companies. And one really cool thing that we started doing is with all of these companies that are going to be on our new website, if you have your email and a part of salon training, you'll be able to go in and there'll be coupon codes for every product company that's coming on our new site. And then you guys will get extra savings. And that's one of the things with ST Toppers. So what I do is I just call in your order for you now and they drop ship it to you. So it's really, really going to be a much faster than it's been the last couple months just because, we were working out the bugs. Can you put the name of that in the chat? So yes. So first of all, ours considered is ST Toppers. You'll get a much better rate. And then new concepts hair. And like I said, guys, I wanted to do this for quite so many years. And I've looked at different toppers and the price was crazy. The reason though she's saying too that we get a really good price on this is for the fact that she had like kind of tractor trailers. And if I'm not saying this correctly, Tina, but this is kind of what she had mentioned. Yeah. She had like a bunch of tractor trailers full of a whole bunch of these because she has, networks everywhere. And the thing was after these are gone, the price is going to go up quite a bit, unfortunately, because we were saying, how are these such a good price compared to finding other companies or, Amazon or somewhere else? And I did try to order on Amazon a couple of times thinking that they were great and they were just not. So I wouldn't have jumped in this much. I was doing the show and I was doing a new salon and I didn't have the budget to go all in if I didn't 100% love these. And I'll give you one more testimony before we give it back to Tina is I have quite a few team members in my salon that are doing these, not all of them right now, but we had some retail prices, the team was doing about, I don't know, $200 a month in retail, for a team member. I'm not exaggerating when I say like Taylor, you met Taylor, 1,600, 1,800 a week in retail now. And it's because of these. And we're going to talk about price here in a few minutes. And the nice thing is the clients are still getting it at a lower price than what most people are able to charge for this type of quality, which is really great. But you guys make a lot of money too. There's a great, it's a win-win, like I said, for everybody, which is amazing.
It is. It is.
Uh,
Yep. Okay.
Someone did say too, is there a consultation form trying to get through all these questions too? Do
It
you have
comes.
one?
So Tracy, did you do your consultation form yet?
We don't have this particular one for this yet, but we've been doing basically what you said. You come in but we are only doing these ones. So I don't want to say you shouldn't have a consultation with these ones, but these I feel are the best to start.
Crazy.
Because, do you agree, Tina, to start with the smaller
There.
ones? I don't think I would have wanted to jump into what you're doing right now, never doing any type of topper, right?
No. Me neither. I wouldn't want you to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah. So these are the best. They're smaller. People can put them in, take them out, put them in, take them out. Then you kind of start to learn more about hair loss. And then we just had we're doing more custom ones too that are coming, and then that's where you absolutely have to have those larger consultation forms and get into the meet and greet.
Yeah. So the reason I'm showing this advanced technique is because just like I was telling you earlier, um,
That's awesome.
the people that come in, they might not fit into your small mold. And a perfect example, we're not done yet. We're going to finish off camera, but you can just see that it's pretty amazing.
Mhm.
So, the reason that I'm showing her is because this is exactly what happens. We did your client night. I offer a client night as well. If I come to your salon and do a class, we can do a client night and it basically pays for your class. Um, and your number one client was a very complicated topper. And not only was she a complicated topper, her sister also suffers from pretty severe hair loss. And her sister is driving an hour and a half or whatever and going to the salon that she doesn't know out of town because she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And this client knew what the solution looked like and what it felt like and how you work it and what the commitments were. And she was just like, I just want it, just do it. So you don't really know, like, I'm not saying like you shouldn't advertise for toppers and don't be afraid if you get something more challenging. It's okay to say, I'm not ready to do that right now, but let's find you somebody who is in our network. But I wanted to show what the options were so that you wouldn't get stuck. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. So,
Oh, I'm so glad that you did, because then everybody gets to see the different types of versions. And then, like you said before, you're having these classes that we want to learn the men's line now. We don't know. I don't know how to do the men's line, so I'm excited to take your class again.
super, super fun, super
Yeah.
fun, super easy to manage. If you know the men's are not really any harder. It's just a little bit different. So yeah,
I did forget to show these, and then we're going to share a screen and I'll talk to them about prices because it is almost that time to end. So
yeah,
when you do get these, the bob, crop, lop,
yep.
or lob, they do have extra pieces in them.
Oh yeah,
So these are fun because when you do have that on top, sometimes you know how you get a little bit thin right in here. I have done this for myself, put them in through here just because this side doesn't seem to grow as well for me too. So, all right, I'm going to share my screen and okay, can you guys see that? Tina, can you peek at it and see if you can see it?
yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
awesome. So we have some really great deals for you. So if you purchase the starter package one, it's $155. The retail value on that is 565 plus, and I'll tell you what that means in a minute. We're going to be giving you in that deal, you get 3 toppers and a free bang. Package 2 is 465. You get 3 of each color in the crop, bob, and lob. So you can get a light, medium, and dark, which I think is great. And then you get 2 free bangs. And then the next one is package 3. You get 5 of each color. So Michelle or Maggie, I don't know if you were there too. There's some of you guys were at the other class, and we are continuously getting more orders all the time, just because they're like, oh, I wish I would have got some more colors in this one, and then can I order more? This is a great time to order because we're giving these promotions right now too. You get 5 of each of colors, free bangs. So you get 5 free bangs. Just the free bangs alone, that's $250 retail value. So in the total of this one, if you get the package 2, the retail value is $1,645, and then the package 3, the retail value, you're going to pay $775, but the retail is $2,200 or $2,825. We're going to be sending this to you guys in the email, so you don't have to make anything decisions or anything right now. We'll have an order form for you. We'll tell you about Tina's extra classes that are coming up. And then if you have any questions, we can definitely get on a call with you. Is that same with you, Tina, if you have questions?
Yeah, for sure.
I know
Anytime.
it's a busy time for all of us right now, like with the holidays coming up, but we want to make sure that you're comfortable in this. And then what was the last thing we wanted to talk about? Let me see if yes, if you are a paid member, you do have the access to this recording. So if you guys are asking like, hey, I might have to end excuse me, any of the salon training classes, you guys have, I'm not just saying this just because it's like our program, but I'm telling you, Andrea, you can probably attest to this. You've been on a lot of calls for $99 for the entire year of classes. I think that's not too much to put into your education, because you get our entire library. We had Gino on there, we had the Wilsons on there, we have social media, we have some really great ones coming up for 2026. 2026 is on to be our best year yet. No kidding, because we have a social media in January. She is phenomenal. And then Kel Grace, if you guys have not heard of her, I would look her up. She is the queen of 5-minute updos. Andrea, right? Isn't she just like spot on? Every Chicago show, every Pennsylvania show, any show that I've seen her at, her room is standing room only. People love her, and you guys are going to get her class for free, basically. Well, not free, pay $99, but you get all of this year and all of next year's classes. So thanks, Andy. It's beyond worth the money. Thank you so much. I love to hear this. And then also, being a salon training member, you'll get even deeper discounts on products. We've been talking to the people coming on and saying, hey, if you're going to be on our website, we need you to give them a deal. So Uveni is going to, which we talk about all the time on every program. Andrea is one of their educators now, which is great. They're giving 10% off. That email will be going out today for anybody that's in the Salon Training Network. And then next month we have the foil boxes. They're giving even extra discounts if you are quote unquote member, and more of this is going to be coming. So, all right. Does anybody have any last minute questions? That looks amazing. Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful.
That is phenomenal.
What are we'd like you to, what do you think?
Oh my gosh, I am just so thrilled to have it here. I don't know whether to smile, but it's beautiful. I've been without hair for such a long time. It's just amazing. My gosh.
Look at the
Thank
back.
you so much,
You're
Tina.
welcome.
Oh my
You're welcome.
gosh.
That's awesome.
And this one, she is such a beauty out of the gate. When she walked in, I was like, oh, bring that diva out.
Thank you so much. It looks wonderful. It feels like my own hair.
That makes me like have a tear in my eye already for you, because I've seen it with our own clients in our chairs. Like, you know, money's one thing, and it's great because people were making a good bit on this, but at the same time, this right here is worth it, even if we didn't make a penny. Like, the smiles on people's faces is like amazing.
I always say I would do it for free, but they pay me.
I wouldn't even want to go out sometimes because I just didn't want to go with no hair. And some people don't understand and they look at you funny, but now I feel like $1 million. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Does anybody have any questions or concerns or anything? I want to point out the obvious color change. Look, put your head down. You see her gray here, but there's gray here too in what I've got. Even here, there's gray patches up and through here. We talked about this. I could have put her in a darker hair piece and colored her, but then she's not paying for color right now. She is retired. but she also didn't want to be salt and pepper. So we brought this piece in just because it already had the gray in it.
Mhm.
And I have a lot of guests who have this going on. Our men look like this naturally. So, if I could just do two more minutes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was getting ready to do a presentation, and my best friend's mom owns a flower store, and it was Valentine's Day, and they needed help with deliveries. And I said, "Sure, let me drive. I can't wait." So while I was waiting in the store, I was watching one of the designers, and she was taking these big, tall roses and these smaller little flowers. And I was watching her, and she says, "Did you need some help? Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm just watching." It's so amazing. I've never seen a design being, you see these in the hotels, these 6 foot tall designs, and they look so on purpose. And she said, "You just want to follow nature." And I said, "Give me that again." And she said, "If you were in nature, you'd see a big tall flower with a bunch of little smaller things stuck in it. And that looks natural. And unless you're doing an avant-garde design, you want to mock nature." So that's why instead of putting her she's got gorgeous skin, and her eyes are, it just blends, her gray hair really pops, makes her eyes pop. So to color that and then have to deal with outgrowth and topper, I just felt like this was a better option. So that's kind of the why behind the design.
That's nice. And we do have a question too, is would you suggest that someone would grow that out on the sides? Or
She could, but she came short.
yeah,
She
I like it short, like on the sides. But I think I was just wondering, should they, if they're cutting this, should that grow and stuff for certain people that
so
want?
so it depends. She came short. I asked her what her hair looked like before and what her dream hair was. And it was an over the ear,
That's
short,
awesome.
wedged, banged piece.
Yeah.
I decided the bang needed to happen later because her family would have been like, "What is happening right now? Are you emo now? I don't know." So we decided on something a little, and I may take her even shorter and more of a pixie, but I
Oh,
think
I
it's
like
a
this.
lovely, yeah, she's so glam, like she
She,
needs that hair.
it is
And the
fabulous.
profile is, I love the balance on the profile. And
Yeah.
tilt your head up just a little. The texture of the way that the waves are just kind of sitting. I did not blow this out. It's just like this. So yeah, I just feel like this was where I decided, yes, if she, and hey, I've had these women before. I have, they don't want to do anything. We get the hair on, and now they want extensions on the bottom to fill up. I want to go to a bob, and that's totally up to you and your guest. We are past time, so I'm gonna.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you guys, whoever wants to stay on for about 5 minutes or so. We'll let Tina go, we'll let the model go so that you guys can get back to your day. If anybody wants to stay on for just a couple minutes, great. I just want to talk to you about this order form and stuff and the color rings. I know there was a lot of questions about color rings, so I can go ahead and do that and let you guys get on with your day. So I encourage you to stay on for just a moment. Thank you so much for being a model. You absolutely
Oh,
look
thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you. I'm so happy. I can't stand it.
Oh, oh, thank you. Okay,
These
so
are
good.
these are the colors that come as basis for all of the toppers. This company does not sell extensions, so these are just toppers and bang pieces. And then you can custom order anything, which we could talk you through, or you're welcome to attend a class.
And some of those colors do not come in some of the items because I
Correct.
had that happen
Correct.
where we're like, oh wait,
Correct.
yes, I'll get it for you. And then no, I can't.
But
But
let me
we
let
go,
me clarify. This
okay,
is for all of the products that we have. Maybe only this many in toppers, this many in the bigger toppers. Yeah, this is everything. So
so we are working that on our website. So you'll see which ones come in which colors so that there's no confusion anymore. So, well, thank you, Tina. I'll talk to you later and we'll get your information sent to them, okay?
sure. It was lovely. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you want to come see me in the summer, she's gonna go over it. It's very affordable and there's a huge discount today. So see you soon.
Awesome. And by
Thank
staying
you.
on, you're getting a prize, which I'm so excited, which is going to be one of the toppers for free. So stay on, and we'll talk to you later, Tina.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
There.
Okay, guys, I wanted to do something without a guest in the mix as well, just for their privacy as well. So first of all, I thought she looked amazing. Second, I just wanted to go over how much we are making in profit, and I didn't think that was a appropriate thing to talk about in front of a client that she just met. So I am not exaggerating when I say, like, in 30 years, I have never seen something make so much profit. So I'm going to show this to you one more time. Share the screen. Can you see that, Andrea? Yep. Okay. So the cost to you on some of these toppers, oh crap, I'm sorry, I forgot the different screen. Give me one moment. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here is your guys' price list. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see. So if you purchase the crop, you purchase it from us for 45, and then your retail price is 150 on these. And I come from a very small area. A lot of you guys, I think, do. And we had some people like, are you really going to charge that much markup? That's a lot. It is really not, if you think about it, because we really researched what other toppers were out there, and this is super affordable for them at 150. And think about it. Sometimes they will lose one color service or so because that is covering that for them. So you got to take all this into consideration. But in the large scheme of it, we're still making a ton more. My team, I'm paying them 25% commission on retail, so they're loving it. I would suggest probably you guys at 20. I have a little cushion in there. So also with the bobs, as you can see, 50 recommended for retail, 175. We would prefer you guys not to undercut these and sell them lower, because people, for one, are paying it. Two, you're giving them a gift of hair, which is amazing. The lobs are 60, 190. As you can see, these other ones, all the bangs, there's 3 different styles. They're 25. You recommend them for 50. There are different ones. We couldn't go to all of this today. You know, it's usually a 4-hour class or so, but there's a Natalie. You clip them in the same, and it's very long. And then there is Chrissy, Betty, Bayside, all that kind of stuff in Newport. And then she will also let us customize. So if you have a particular guest, which we did recently at that class, she had extremely curly hair. So the curliest that I've ever seen on a white person. It was super, super curly, gorgeous. It had beautiful color. But she was super thin in through here. And we're like, how can we help her? Because these particular ones, they come in straight, but if you wet them, they will completely curl up. But hers was that really, really, really curl. So we just sent her, we cut a piece of it, sent her in the mail, and she's making a custom topper for that. Now those are about 15 to 1800 for the guest, but your profit is really great on it as well. The last thing is with the color. So people had asked us, well, how much do you charge to color them? We are charging $50. That includes to color, which takes you guys 10 minutes to color, if that, and then to cut it and then style it. And just like she said at first, I didn't know that you can move this part as well as it could. So whenever I was trying to do this, they're really stuck on the side. All you have to do is wash them. I did learn not to condition anything in through here. We made a mistake of doing that, and it kind of loosened these a little bit on some of them. We'd used Uveni. Uveni has been the best on these I've ever seen. So we shampoo them going in a downward motion, and then I condition just from about here down, or Uveni it, and then nothing and leaving that. So for you guys today, if you want to purchase anything, like I said, you'll get a discount on this, and we'll send you everything else. Now, if you guys can put in the comments something that you learned about today's class that you enjoyed, and oops, I got to stop my share 1 second. Go ahead and put in the chat something you enjoyed, and then I'm just going to pick one of the winners, and then you're going to get a free bang sent to you. This is super low cost. Thank you so much. Yes, it is. I'm not like, there's so many people getting these at our salon. It's great. Wash first. Yes, wash first, remove the coating. Thank you for putting that in. It is hugely different. And then when we were using the, I wish I had it up here. I couldn't be in my salon today because they're ripping out a floor for water problems, but two water problems actually. But whenever we put it on a mannequin head, we use the BNC blow dryer. So if any of you guys have that, it is so awesome because it has the pieces on it that actually blow dries and curls at the same time, and they were coming out so soft. I think we put that on salon training before we were doing live videos. Yes, it is a great blow dryer. And Sarah, she's actually so low on them right now. We're hoping that she'll get some more shipments in. I would love more customization classes. Fabulous. I would definitely go to her 3-day class in Florida if you can. I've been to a couple of her classes now. She's brilliant. Let's see, the glue on the scalp and the hair. The glue on the scalp. Yes, I just learned this one today too. Great. Okay. So if you guys want to order, I'll send that. If I don't get it to you right now, I have some reviews to do with my own team. I will get it to you tonight, if not tomorrow, and we'll get that up. And then, like I said, in a couple of weeks, everything will be on our website, and then you'll be able to see it. So thank you guys for being part of salon training. If you are not a member yet, I highly encourage you to do so, just because then you get access to all the recordings like we mentioned. All right. So I'm going to pick a winner. I think there's one more message. I'm sorry. Can I do one more thing super quick? If you guys don't mind, I've been working my butt off trying to get salon training going for like a couple years now, and I've been sidetracked with the shows, and I'm not doing the show this year so that I can really work on this. I respectfully ask you for your help if you don't mind, because we can get classes like this from trainers when the trainers see value as well. So anytime that we're sharing a class, can you please just share it, comment, do emojis or something, because then it helps us tremendously keep growing this. All right, so pick a number. You know what? I know my cleaning person is here, and yes, I have a cleaning lady, and I love it, and I'm not going to be shy about that. Kelly, I was going to have her pick a number. All right, I think she's cleaning. I only have her for 6 hours a week, but it's the best 6 hours of my life. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna, you guys trust me on something? I'm gonna just move my mouse, okay? You know what? I'll actually do this so you know that I'm not peeking at anybody's name. I'm gonna put record on video, and then I'll post it so you know. Okay, I'm gonna go like this with my mouse, and I'm just gonna stop, and whoever name I land on. Hold on, I gotta find out where my mouse is. Okay. T. Leo. Are you still there? If so, put it in the comments. You won that. So please send me your information. T. Okay. All right, I'll message you. I actually have your number. Thank you. You guys want a topper today. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later. See ya. Bye.